And I don't take that for granted, darling. Y'all come on in, like the video on your way in, subscribe to the channel, like join the Goddess Gang. Like we got a good thing going over here, okay? We got good content, good conversations, good things happening. Come on, come to Death Row. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Yeah, for some reason my microphone was off, but I think we're good now. So that's all that matters, okay? We're good now. You know what else is good? Your health. You know what else is good? Glowing skin, hair flourishing, nails growing, heart healthy. You know what the first step to that is? Organic fruits and vegetables, okay? That you need to be eating every day. You need to be drinking every day. All right. So now we need to figure out how to make that easiest as possible. Because the truth is, the way life goes, the way our day-to-day goes, we may have many times where we may not be able to sit in grocery shop and cook fruits and vegetables and eat them and do all that. So we have a wonderful company called Alpha Juice Company that gives us organic, fresh fruits and vegetables delivered to your front door, fresh, cold, and they even give you a straw. Okay. Time is one of our most valuable assets. Alpha Juice Company gives us our time back. We are reclaiming our time and we're still getting what we need, but it's all done for us. We don't have to worry about shopping and buying an expensive juicer and juicing and storing. It just comes to our door, ready to go. You can put them in the fridge, put them in the freezer. Whenever you're ready, they are there. This is how self-care starts. It starts with what you put inside of your body. I'm even going to help you out and get you $5 off with my code SIXGOD for $5 off your juices today. Tell them 6 cents. Okay. Now, I want to talk about something in today's video. And what brought this video on is the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. I know we're over it. I know I'm definitely over it. This stream is not going to be about whether Will was right or Chris was wrong or what I think about if it was justified or if it wasn't. That's not what this stream is going to be about. We're going to talk about a bigger picture here called code. We're going to talk about code because the amount of off code things I've seen being said lately has honestly just been astonishing for me. Okay. So I want to have this conversation. I want to talk about how off code so many of us are and why it's an issue and what needs to be done about it. Now, I saw a sister and she made this song and I thought this song was so funny and so lit. And I want y'all to hear it. I want y'all to hear the song because it was giving for me. I just wanted to support the sister and I wanted to share it because I thought that it was definitely worth listening to. Okay. I don't think there's a copyright on this. Hopefully not. So I think we should be all right. And y'all know my audio don't be wanting to show from Instagram. So what I'm going to do is play the audio from my phone. There's no trophy more valuable than a man's wife. You say protect black women, but he ain't do it right. So now there's rules. I'm Dr. Seuss. The place is always right. On a stage, at the school, at the job, in a pool. You think it's just about a joke, then you need better sight. There's people fed up, enough's enough, it's on sight. Will been clean his whole career, been taking jabs left and right, kept it moving, kept it tight. You want to keep him meek and nice? Nah. Protection is not just from physical harm, it's mental, psychological. Yes, sound the alarm, cause y'all gonna stop playing so much. You don't know what people going through. You want black love, as long as it's not radical. Chris Rock been off cold for a while. When black people boycott, he laughs at us. Wow, and all these hypotheticals y'all reach and let it go. Yes, dignity's worth a fight. Love will make you go to blows. You watch slap after slap on Real Housewives, but let a man stand for his wife. Now you traumatized. They trying to make Will Smith the face of violence, but mention Breonna Taylor's killers and it's silence. Ooh, she said you ain't got no nipples. Sis ain't left no crumbs. Shout out to the good sis. What is it? The good sis Akila Nahanda. Sis, you ate and left no crumbs. Okay. What Farrakhan said, you scared to death ass Negroes. I have seen so many scared to death ass Negroes in this conversation, and I'm over it. Okay. And now we're going to talk about what happens when we are off code and what it leads to. Okay. Because at this point, it's not about who cares. We don't have a time machine to go back and say, we're going to make this not happen. It happened. And the reality is this. Imagine, just picture, close your eyes right now. Let's picture this. Imagine being on a academy board full of white male pedophiles, abusers, artists, money launderers, colonizers. Imagine a board of all these sociopathic men. Then going to one black man and saying, violence is never the answer, and you can no longer sit with us. See, the thing is, when you look at the others, y'all know who I'm talking about when I say the others, they know how to stay on code, whether they're right or wrong in their situations. The others do not feel this need to come to us like, hey y'all, just letting you know, I'm throwing them totally under the bus. I don't want any smoke with you. I just want to let you know you don't have to be afraid of me. It's okay. They don't do that. Their entire race has built everything that it knows and loves on genocide, colonizing, stealing, lying, enslaving other people. Okay. And yet, you don't hear them bringing it up. Okay. You hear them say they separate themselves from it. They say, oh, that was a long time ago. That was them. It wasn't me that had it. It's kind of just the way it was. There is so much power in silence. Oh, there's so much power in silence. Okay. Now, us as a people, we family. We want to have these conversations about, what happened between ourselves privately. If you think he did wrong, you're entitled to feel that way. You can talk about that amongst your family in the living room. Oh, but do you know what I can't stand? Oh, I cannot stand to see scared to death as Negroes sit in front of the others and sit and talk about, "Woo, massa, what did he do, oh massa? Yous ain't got to worry about me doing that. He is as bad, Negress. I would never have done that. Don't choose to worry, massa. I's not gonna slap you like that." What I cannot stand is y'all's instinct to throw your own under the bus to comfort those other folks. Oh, it makes my skin crawl. You know what this also does? The reason why a lot of you are afraid to speak on the truth and consistent reality of them and who they are, the reason why a lot of you are able to ignore who those people are in the masses, according to their consistent violent history, their consistent thieving history. The reason why you're able to ignore hundreds of years of consistent negative behavior and be able to say, oh, but my one right friend over here, he good though. He's not like every single other person of his entire race for the past hundreds of years. The reason why you're able to separate them is because they stay on code. They do not throw their entire selves in the trash and under the bus, not even for the actions of one of them. They don't even throw each other under the bus for the actions of the vast majority of them. They know how to shut their mouths and be quiet because they know what happens if they start highlighting. This is why you don't see them fighting for reparations. You don't see them saying, you know what? I hate my ancestors. Okay. They were slave masters, they were colonizers, they stole from everyone. F them. No, you know what they do? Put them on their money and honor them every day and put them on the money that you will sell out for. They don't care what they did, right, wrong, or indifferent. They maintain honor for who they came from. They don't care, right, wrong, or indifferent what their people do. They still maintain their positions in Hollywood, politics, government. Oh, but us scared to death Negroes. One of ours makes one mistake, and it's him in a singular fashion that has set us all back. What he did was unacceptable, inexcusable. They have us trained so well that they don't have to be hard on us anymore. We'll be hard on each other. And what I find even more disheartening is that the people I see coming down on Will the hardest are other Black men. Okay. I find that terrifying. And I feel like this is an attempt to make the others accept you. Like maybe if we just throw Will under the bus, let's make it very clear to the others that, hey, we are not violent like that. Okay. You guys can work with us. You guys can make money with us. Hey, listen. Yeah, he was dead wrong. That was unacceptable. I cannot believe he did that. Y'all let me know when that gets you indoors. Y'all let me know when that makes the others accept you and throw you in jail less and keep their foot on your neck less. Y'all let me know how that works. Okay? Y'all let me know how that happens for you. All right? Now, this is what I find disheartening. Okay? You have someone like Will Smith, and we're going to go ahead and mind our business when it comes to what he do in his bedroom and his marriage. It's not our business. Okay? The first thing I have noticed about this situation is that it is Black men who do not accept and respect the decisions of other Black men. I have noticed this throughout this whole thing. Will Smith has come forward and said, this is my marriage. We've never had this. We've never had that. This is my wife, period. That should be Black man to Black man. That should be all a Black man should have to say to you. You don't have to agree with it. It doesn't have to be your cup of tea. You don't have to feel like it's okay. Black men need to learn to respect each other's decision, especially when it is not hurting you. You need to learn how to, when one of your brothers says something, to accept that that is the way he feels and that is what it is, and mind your business. That's the number one thing I have seen, and I'm very disappointed in you brothers projecting your thoughts, your insecurities, your issues on another one of your brothers. Black men be like, respect each other, only if you feel like it. Respect each other as men, but not if you're a comedian. Respect each other's boundaries, unless I don't agree with it. Then it all goes out the window, right? Now let's look at this. I saw this and I said, see, this is what happens. We're going to start. I have a few things I want to show you guys. Let's look at this. Hold on. I had to put my glasses on for this. Wait a second. Okay, let's start here. Let me tell you who's been really getting on my nerves lately. Okay. You know who has really been getting on my last nerve is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh my God. I am so tired of this washed up old caramel milk dud Hannah. Okay? And Jared, I want to just go ahead and let you know this about this conversation. This conversation is not about the Will Smith thing specifically. It's not, okay? I don't care about it anymore. Nothing any of us say or do is going to change anything. We are not in their tax bracket. It already happened. We're not going to keep going back and forth about whether he was right or wrong. That's not the point. The point of this conversation is to speak about how we are off code and how we handle one another in the public eye based upon the decisions that we make and why this will always backfire on us. That is what this conversation is going to be about. I need you all to please work on the mental capacity to understand the conversation we're about to have here. I want you all to find a way to control your emotions and remain unbiased and objective in this conversation. Please do not bring your personal insecurities into this. It's not about you're handling this wrong. He was right. He was wrong. That is not the point. What we're talking about is our response to one of us being right or wrong in the public eye and how our response to this is wrong. And how it is all fun when it's you sitting behind a laptop or computer talking about how he's this and he's that and he needs to do this and it's all fun and games when you're the one talking until it's you as the Black person who had a human moment, made one mistake, and now your entire race is coming down on you as a whole when no other race does that, and they do way worse. That is the point of this. So just sit back, relax, calm down, get your panties out of a bunch, and chill. I saw another comment that I want to speak on. Where did it just go? Because you have me messed up with this comment. Where did it go? Here it goes. L. James says, who gonna check them if they're doing wrong, especially if they have no fathers to do so? You answered your own question right there. Okay. Men as a whole, when we speak on, listen, we need you all to be holding each other accountable when it comes to being fathers to your children, raising your children, being there for them. We need y'all to call each other out, to disassociate yourself with other men if you know and feel as though they are not being good fathers and being present. And do you know what Black man told me when I said that? It's not our business. Black men in the majority told me, I'm not about to go to no other grown man and tell him what he need to do or not need to do about his children. I don't know every aspect of it. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So when it comes to fathering innocent children, if you all feel in majority of a collective, which I respect, if that's how y'all feel, that's how y'all feel. But if as a collective, you are saying it's not your job, I would love to see you all come together to publicly condemn deadbeat fathers the way you're condemning Will. I would love to see you all. Y'all be knowing damn well who in your community is not taking care of your children. Y'all be at the club popping bottles with them, dapping them up when you see them at the gas station. Y'all don't say nothing. So I agree. I think men should hold each other accountable, but it needs to be consistent. It cannot be you neglect your children and it's none of my business. There might be moving parts to this. I don't understand. Then when it's this situation, all of a sudden y'all can rally together to speak because you're trying to show white folks that you're not like that. So that's how I feel about that. Okay. So let me show you. I'm going to start with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because, see, this is what happens when you don't know how to become an OG. Okay. This is what happens when you're mad, you're washed up, you're pissed off at the younger generation. They're doing better than you. They're getting ready to beat all your records. They're getting ready to take you off the map. Okay. This is what you become. Now, I'm not going to share too much of this because I'm not going to share much of the video because I don't need them tripping. But I just want to let this video play on what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is saying. And we're going to break down a few Black men that are famous that have spoke on this and how off code it is and why this is dangerous. Okay.
was incapable of defending herself against words. This patronizing, paternal attitude infantilizes women and reduces them to helpless damsels needing a big, strong man to defend their honor.
I'm going to restart this because I want to make sure that you all catch. Please listen very closely to what he's saying here. I want to make sure that you all are catching what's happening here. Let me rewind this. I want to make sure you guys hear what he's saying.
Paternal attitude infantilizing herself against. By hitting rock, he announced that his wife was incapable of defending herself against words. This patronizing, paternal attitude infantilizes women and reduces them to helpless damsels needing a big, strong man to defend their honor.
Okay, let me stop that right there. See, that complex right there is called my mama worked for herself, defended herself, took care of me, and sacrificed her entire well-being with no man to help her. So why can't y'all too? We're going to pay attention to what that translation is. And I am going to continue to reiterate, I am not wanting to go back and forth in this comment section about whether Will was right or wrong. That is not the point. You ain't got to co-sign shit. I didn't ask you to co-sign shit. This is about right, wrong, or indifferent, how we should be handling these issues publicly as a people, and why we should not allow one of us to become the image of us all, and why other races do not do this to their own when other races have done 1,000 times worse. And if anyone does not understand what we're talking about here, I will block you in this chat because I want to have a real conversation here. If y'all going to keep getting here, I don't agree with what he said. I do agree with what he said. I don't agree with what he did. I'm going to block you. You are distracting us from the real purpose of this conversation. Okay? Now, what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is saying here, this is a form of self-hatred. Negro women, Black women deserve to be damsels in distress. Yes, we deserve to have a big, strong man protect us. And again, my God, we are not specifically talking about Will Smith. Jesus Christ, I swear to God. Sometimes this job just drains me because I cannot deal sometimes with how basic-minded some people are. Jesus Christ, please expand your brain to really comprehend what is happening here. For the love of God. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, whatever your name is, yes. To sit and say that as a woman, she can't defend herself, you damn right. I speak on behalf of all Black women, nigga. We're tired of defending ourselves. See, what he's speaking to is not about Will and Jada. This is a form of self-hatred for himself and Black women. The real issue is, how dare these Black women not have to defend themselves? How dare they just be a damsel in distress and act like they need us to save them? I hear you loud and clear.
Lest they swoon from the vapors. What is the legacy of Smith's violence? He's brought back the toxic bro ideal of might makes right and talk is for losers. The Black community.
I also just want you all to listen to the voice that's saying this. Do y'all hear this, Karen? Do y'all see how by a Black man coming forward in front of these folks and speaking on this instead of staying on code, do you see how now you have a Karen regurgitating this Black man's words? And since he said it, it's valid. This leads to why Karens think that we have to answer to them. Why they think that we don't deserve our own freedom. Why we don't deserve to not have to explain anything to them. Because we have our own people staying off code, throwing each other under the bus. Talk about violence. A damn little ass slap. Like y'all act like he got up there and pistol whipped this man. Talk about violence. toxic. Shut the hell up. Now we got a Karen speaking this black man's words. And every word she speaks that came from him empowers her. And I know some of you Negroes don't believe in this being a thing of having a code, how we have a duty to one another the same way other races do. See, other races already are pro themselves naturally. They don't need guidelines and a name for it. We do, because we're so far behind. We're so indoctrinated in our thinking. If you all think that this is not a big deal, you are sadly mistaken on how programming goes. Let's continue.
Community also takes a direct hit from Smith. One of the main talking points from those supporting the systemic racism in America is characterizing blacks as more prone to violence and less able to control their emotions. Smith just gave comfort to the enemy by providing them with the perfect optics they were dreaming of. Young boys.
So, do you see how he was able to? Let me translate what he's saying when he said that. Basically, what he's saying is, we know the way those others view us. And unlike everyone else, where they're able to say, that was them, but that wasn't us. Okay? My entire race is not colonizers and slave masters. That was them, not me. What he's saying is that they're allowed to do that, but we are not. They are allowed to separate themselves and say, even though every single one of my ancestors, complied and sat there and participated in this, I'm different. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's not a bad reflection on me. What he's saying here is that we don't get that same courtesy. That when one of us acts violent, it perpetuates what the others already think about us.
Especially black boys, watching their movie idol not just hit another man over a joke, but then justify it as him being a superhero like protector. Well, they're much more now prone to follow in his childish footsteps.
Okay, so are all these white kids going to follow in the footsteps of all the people on their dollar bills and in their Hollywoods and start touching little kids and killing people for their land and stealing their jewels? Is that what you're saying, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? So if Will Smith's one act, imagine having 30 years plus of being a stand-up, clean-cut example, then you have one thing happen and 30 years of consistent positive behavior producing hard work and talent goes down the drain. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, by your logic, okay, Will Smith doing what he did, by that meaning that now all these young black boys are going to think it's okay and do the same thing he did. Is it safe for us to say that all these little white kids on TikTok and all over the internet are going to be little mini colonizers and little mini slave masters, sir? We had one man. Okay, we ain't never seen no black man slap no other black man on no award show. This is the first time we've seen this happen. But they have millions of their ancestors and millions of their current relatives carrying on these things. So is it the same with them, where what they have done as a majority, does that mean that that's what their children are going to grow up to be and do? Because essentially that's what you're admitting to. So essentially you know it. You know it.
Perhaps the saddest confirmation of this is the tweet from Smith's child, Jaden. And that's how we do it.
Hold on. Just look at this woman. Look at this woman. Look at her face. Just take a moment to look at her face. I want y'all to get a good, long look at it. By us being off code, this is who we have allowed to have a voice and an opinion on us as a whole. It is us who invite them to the idea that since one of us did something, we all should be held accountable for it. Oh, but it gets worse, my dear. My glasses are giving me such a problem. Y'all, check this out. Oh, it gets worse. Oh, I have more for you. Okay. Oh, I have more for you. Oh, it gets so much worse, y'all. Oh. Oh my God. Here it goes. Wait, y'all. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all. Oh, it gets worse. Oh, y'all think that, oh, I'm just saying right is right, wrong is wrong. Violence, never the answer. Can you please get your head out your behind for a second so that we can look at the bigger picture here? Okay. Can we please put our emotions to the side and get it for a second? Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
The first time I've ever seen.
Jesus Christ. Shut your ass up for a second. Okay. I'm going to show you all this clip. This is a Fox News guy who knows who he is. Okay. Hold on. I got to block some people. Wait a second, y'all. Let me block a few people. Hold on. Wait, y'all. I have to block some people. Wait a second. I'm blocking you. Why can't they have an opinion? We do them the same way. Listen, ain't nothing the same, sweetie. Nothing is the same. You're worse than the people who say, I wore a sweater 2 days ago that said Black Love on it, right? I'm in a restaurant. I can hear these white folks 2 tables over what they're saying. So she's wearing a Black Love sweater. Now, we would be racist if we wore a white love sweater. Yes, Sarah, you're correct. You know why? Because my people never persecuted and killed you for wanting to marry one another. Do we know where the concept of jumping the broom came from? It came from them literally killing us if we tried to marry one another. Okay? So yes, it's different, Sarah. Yes, I can wear a shirt that says Black Love. Because Black love has been systematically attacked by your people, Sarah. No, you cannot walk around with a sweater saying white love, Sarah, because my people did not systematically oppress your marriage to your men. My people did not rip your men from your women out their bed. That's why. So, G.I. Jane, you got to go. Because, ma'am, you are not understanding why the logic of, well, we do it, well, they do it, is not a thing. Bye. Who else need a block? I'm on a roll. Who's next? Let me look. Let me make. I'm looking. I am from the Woods today. I'm from there. I am there like Little Red Riding Hood. I have a hood on. I have boots, a basket, and I am skipping through. Okay, let me see. I think we're good. All right. I don't see any other retarded comments. So I think we're okay. All right, let's proceed. I dare someone to say something. And if this concept of code is new to you, that's fine. You're welcome to come in here and learn. But if you're going to open your mouth before you have digested the information, that's a problem. I also want to ask some of you this. What's it to you? Why are so many of you so against the reality of where we are as a people and how we got here? Why are some of you so against your own people being for your own people only? I really want to ask that. What's it to you? What does it do you? Why so many of y'all are like fighting so hard against, no, it's not like that. Master say we do's it so they can do's it. I've never seen one of them benefit from their system of white supremacy and then complain about it. When you have one of them and one of us commit the same crime, but they get 2 years probation and we get 20 years in federal prison, I don't see them complain and say, how dare us have this pro-white system that gives me support and an advantage. White folks will sit all day and say that they should love us, be our friends, sleep with us. But you don't ever hear them saying that they should give up their privilege. You don't ever hear them say that they are going to avidly work every day to abolish this system that puts them ahead of you and gives them more power than you. You don't see them complaining. So why the hell are so many of you against your own people saying, hey, we need to look out for ourselves, build our own families, mind our business, worry about our own problems before we're worried about other people's problems? This is about more than the others being our friend and hanging out with us or giving us a job. It's way deeper than that. So my question is, and for all of you who are naysayers, you can put in the chat right now. Matter of fact, I'll put the link. You can come up here and explain to me, what's it to you? No other race has an issue with their race being pro themselves and for themselves. I would love for you Negroes to let me know, what is it to you? And it's all fun and games until something happens to you. Okay, I'm looking. Okay. I'm looking. I don't see it. Okay. Y'all see it? Let me know. Pablo, I have no requests. See, that's what you're not getting here, Pablo. I have no request of the others. I have no request. I have no expectations of them. I'm totally indifferent to them. I have my own problems. Do you understand? Are you kind of getting the gist of what the whole point of this is? Okay. I'm looking. All right, let's continue. So now, I'm going to show you guys this. This is what happens. This is what you all usher in when you stay off code. When nobody else does this to their own but us. Okay? This is what we let in.
In the media cover black on black crime, so I'm actually quite surprised by the first time I've ever seen the media cover black on black crime, so I'm actually quite surprised by this. If Mel Gibson had done this, can you believe Nancy Pelosi would be kneeling in the Capitol right now? He would have been the only guy not being allowed out on bail in LA County. Come on, he would have been allowed to go up on stage.
Do y'all see this man going on an entire racist raging rant? Do y'all hear his white colleagues? Do you see them stopping him saying, sir, you're wrong. You sound racist AF right now. Stop. What are they doing? Nervous laughter. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Not saying a damn thing. Why? Because if they do, then when it's them that slips out of oopsie daisy white caudacity statement, they'll be thrown under that same bus.
Later and accept an award? Are you crazy? The fact that the LA sheriff didn't haul this guy out of there at the next commercial break explains why there's
so, sir, was the LA sheriff also supposed to haul off all the white male pedophiles in the audience as well? Or just the one that slapped somebody about his black wife? Or what? You know, let us know.
Such a huge crime problem in this country because you can just go up as an audience member and just cold cock a comedian on live television and get away with it.
It wasn't a slap.
A slap is more humiliating than a fist. You know it as a man, and I know it as a man. And I respect the fact that Chris Rock didn't press charges. It's not a good look when other men charge other men for hitting them. Not saying I wouldn't do that, but Chris Rock does have a good chin, and I respect that.
I have no words. I just have no words. I even more so have no words that so many of y'all don't understand this. It makes me truly realize, like, sometimes you gotta just give up. Sometimes it just ain't gonna happen. At this point, this is not that hard to comprehend. I've realized now you either get it or you don't. And if you don't get it, it's because you don't want to. And that's just what it is. I understand that. All right, let me show you guys something else. You know who really grinded my gears speaking on this is Jim Carrey. It really grinded my gears when here go Jim Carrey speaking on how he was sickened by everything going on. Okay, let's take a look at what we have opened the door for Jim Carrey to speak on.
I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And
And y'all see who they talking to, who he talking to. When you defeat all the other bed wenches, she is the final level mammy bed wench.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
Jim Carrey weighing in on Will Smith's Oscar controversy during a new interview with...
I just have one question, honestly. I have one question for you, Jim. I just have one thing I want to know. Okay? All I want to know is this you? Hold on. Jim, is this you?
The award goes to Jim Carrey, the cable guy.
This you? This you, Jim? Do y'all notice her hand trying desperately to, without alarming everyone, trying to desperately like push him off of her? Like, sir, did you just grab this woman and force yourself on her on a stage in front of... Did you just assault someone on a stage in front of everyone? Did everyone just clap and laugh? Did y'all hear about this? Did all of white Hollywood come and say, cancel Jim? Take away his Oscar. Take away his this. He should be ashamed of himself. And that's a man on a woman. At least man to man, you have a chance to defend yourself. Man on a woman, she can't defend herself against him. That's you, Jim? That's you? Okay. Okay. Oh, but let me guess. Since Alicia smiled, that means she liked it, right? Because Will laughed, so he thought it was funny. And Jada laughed, so she thought it was funny. So let me guess. Alicia Silverstone liked it because she smiled, right? That's you, Jim? Or what? Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Eugene. How you doing? I ain't seen you in a while. Said it's time for us as Black people to stop making cases to the system that stereotypes us. For it's time for us to work on us. We do not need its validation. Thank you. Because what they'll do is they'll take your words that you're speaking now and use them against you when it's your turn. Us as Black people should be the main advocates for grace when we make mistakes. It is us that is our own worst enemy, where we perpetuate harsh consequence and treatment for the same mistakes the others make when the others make them worse. We give them the fuel. We give them the ammunition to give us the max and literally keep their foots on our necks. Y'all already know who else had to say something. Let me show y'all who else. I know y'all can probably guess who else just had to say something. Okay. The man who his motto is forget race, forget pride, forget dignity. When it comes to $1, that's all that matters. These good white folks, it signs in my paycheck. These good white folks sign my paycheck. These good white folks ain't bad. We should just be quiet and we should just go ahead and make our money. Stop making these good white folks feel uncomfortable. Y'all could probably guess who else had to say something. You already know. King Coon himself.
Here's the thing of it. I understand that defending the honor of your wife. I'm that dude. But you don't have to do something. He didn't dishonor her. For that. He didn't do that. That joke was not worthy of the reaction.
Oh, I refuse.
If he was going to have a reaction, I think that Will should have done the man thing, was step to him afterwards in that press room. And if he wanted to slap Chris then, he could have slapped Chris in the press room and seen how it went. But see, Will laughed. But see, he laughed at the joke till he saw Jada's reaction. Yeah. Now, Will's now, let me tell you something. That's a Hollywood move now. To go up there on national TV, slap another black man, turn around your back and walk off, because you know he can't do nothing. See, and I know this. I know he know this because Will been in Hollywood long enough. So now to turn your back and walk off, you're going to slap the dude and then turn around and walk off. You know in real life that ain't the way this going to go. You already know. And Rock is a Jersey boy. So no. So, and I didn't.
Hold on. Is this Chris Rock? Hold on, wait a second. Hold on. You know, Steve, just shut up. We already know what your MO is. We don't expect for you to get it or understand at all. We don't expect that from you. But can I ask also, why is it that you all say, oh, because of who Jada is, because of her character, because of the things she's done, she's not worth defending? Can y'all please explain to me then, why is Chris Rock worth defending? And he has literally orchestrated the others to call us the N-word, and he is the poster child of Negroes that cause white comfortability. The man that decided to abandon his wife and kids by saying, I just don't feel like being married anymore. The man who has been sneak dissing and sneak hating on other men his entire life. If people, due to their actions or lack of character, are not worth defending, why are we defending Chris Rock? I just have a question, Steve. Like, is this who it would have went differently if they were behind closed doors? I know you ain't talking about this Chris Rock. Hold on.
Jokes about it, but yeah, now in therapy, I'm allowed to, experience it as trauma.
Yeah,
you can say,
and not feel like a bitch. Feel like
like a bitch, and
and like I should. That's a fine thing to acknowledge that happened.
It's a fine thing to acknowledge, and it's also, the thing about trauma is when you experience trauma, it's not that you. It's basically whenever you think about it like it's happening for the first time.
Yeah, your body doesn't know when. It doesn't know if it's present, past, or future.
Right. So yeah, therapy's allowed me to put it in the past. Like therapy's allowed me to go, okay, I'm probably not going to get jumped today.
Yeah, which is hard.
Which it took me a long time to like.
You now having said that, you were getting jumped later into your career than I remember. I
got robbed. The last time I got robbed was like the first week I was on SNL.
What happened?
It still makes me laugh.
On DeKalb Avenue.
Oh no.
I was walking up DeKalb Avenue and some guys punched me in the face and pulled a gun on me. And Yeah, I mean, big deal.
Is this who you're talking about? That it would have went differently in a different setting? Is this who was gonna beat somebody up? Okay, so let me ask this. Let me ask this. And this is the only thing I'm gonna say about this, and then we're gonna get back to the subject. So the idea goes that, according to Steve, Will is the punk because he did what he did in a situation where he knew that Chris could not react. So would it not be the same that Chris made a dig at Will's family in a situation where he thought that Will could not react? Would that be fair to say? Because what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Okay. Which one gets delivered first? Let us know. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mr. Hatchet. Okay, I appreciate your support. Y'all, please check out the good brother Andre C. Hatchet's channel. That is the money man. He's going to show you how to get to the bag. Okay. Now, again, and Curtis, this is not about whether or not you agree with Steve. It's not about that. It's about us as a people throwing each other under the bus in a ways that others do not, when it is all fun and games until it is you. It's all fun and games until you are the one in the hot seat as a Black person, and you have 30 years of good behavior, make one mistake, and now all of your people are throwing you under the bus. This is not about, is Steve right, is Steve wrong? I'm asking questions about some of the things Steve said. I do have questions about it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's right or it's wrong. What it's about is, why would he get in here publicly and say that? Are y'all kind of picking up what I'm putting down? Are y'all kind of understanding why? Do y'all understand that living in America is Russian roulette? Living in America is Russian roulette. It's literally, you never know who is next. At any moment, you can have one decision that you make ruin your entire life. This does not happen with other people. You have little other boys that assault people, do all type of crazy things, and they're able to be given second, third, fourth, fifth chances. It is only us that can do one thing wrong and we're done. And the main people that cook you well done is your own people. Do y'all understand that if we do not perpetuate that we lessen the chance of it happening? I've seen so many people, you got 4 kids by 5 different women, $20,000 behind on child support. You beat up your ex-girlfriend, seen your record on the internet talking about, I'm disappointed in Will, who has accomplished more than you ever will in 5 lifetimes. We have all these people where you cheated on your wife last night and then you're talking about you're disappointed in Will. You got all the people you're cheating your business partners out of money, talking about you're disappointed in Will. Okay. And see, it's all fun and games until you get the joke smacked out of you. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what it really is? A lot of you are the Chris Rock archetype. That's what it comes down to. Okay. A lot of you are standing up for someone like Chris Rock who doesn't deserve it. Chris Rock ain't never stood up for us. Okay. Chris Rock is nothing but a pawn in perpetuating white folks' already negative thought about us. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Outlaw. He says Steve, ratings are stale. He was told to get involved to stay relevant. Of course, he's gonna pile on a brother for some of massa breadcrumbs. Facts. This is what this stream is about. This is what this stream is about. Okay. I don't get how we don't understand that. This is what this is about. You as Black men cannot sit and throw another Black man under the bus because it could be your ass next. You don't know what life could throw at you. Everybody keeps saying, oh, Chris is a comedian, Will is an actor. No, they are human beings. They are men. Look how we dehumanize each other by calling each other a title. Oh, he's a comedian. No, he's a grown-ass man. Oh, he's an actor. No, he's a grown-ass man. I've seen brothers make, quote unquote, one mistake, getting involved in maybe something that was a robbery, getting involved in something that led to somebody passing away. They get sentenced to 20 years in jail. They get out and they say, don't hold that against me. I want this expunged off my record. I want to be able to move forward. Black men as a whole require a whole lot of grace and understanding in this system and how it works. So I'm kind of disgusted to see so many of y'all coming down on your brother so hard, because what you going to do when it's you? Not the same group of men who are constantly complaining about one decision they make, or, you know, one thing on their record or one arrest, perpetuating them being a bad person in totality. Man, I just committed one crime and now I can't get no job. Now I can't get nowhere to stay. I just fell behind on child support for one kid. Now it's on my credit. Now I can't get no passport. But you're going to sit here and speak on an accomplished man that's been consistently a good guy for 30 years and say that this one thing defines him. Imagine what would have happened. Imagine how differently this would have went if Black society as a whole stayed on code when this happened, and we played Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder just like other races do when theirs do wrong. Imagine what would have happened. You know the first thing that would have happened? The first thing that would have happened is it would not have opened the door for the others to speak on it and speak on what they think should happen. Oh, let me show y'all something else. Oh, let me show. I forgot to show y'all this. Oh, this really, really sent me. I just sit back like I can't even get mad at any of this happening, because all of this is our fault. We ushered all of these caudasic opinions in. It was us that allowed this. Let me show you all this. I'm so exhausted. This stream won't be long because I'm tired. I just cannot see us perpetuate our own demise. It just really makes me exhausted. Let me show you guys this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me fix this 1 second. Hold on. And I'm so disappointed.
Guess that the movie that comes out of the Oscars with all the buzz was G.I. Jane. And, you know, also, I must say, comparing a woman to Demi Moore looking her hottest is not exactly the worst insult I've ever heard in the world. I mean, alopecia, it's not leukemia, okay? Alopecia is when your hair falls out. Appalachia, when your teeth fall out. That's there are worse things. And also, I'm supposed to feel bad for Will Smith defending the honor of the woman who was fucking August Alsina. I mean, how... Can I ask about alopecia? Because I must admit, when first I saw the thing on TV, and I go to the Vanity Fair party, great party, and then I didn't hear about it.
Oh, wait, it wasn't done. You need to hear the rest of this. I'm so exhausted. He's just repeating all the talking points that Negroes.
Yes, that the movie that comes out of the Oscars with all the buzz was G.I.
He
Jane.
just proceeds to regurgitate all of the talking points that
also,
Black men ushered
I must
in.
say,
that Black women
comparing
ushered
a woman
in.
to Demi Moore looking her hottest is not exactly the worst insult I've ever heard.
I'm sorry, I stopped it before we got the rest of it.
It's not leukemia, okay? Alopecia is It's when your hair falls out.
Cringe level
Appalachia, when your teeth fall
1
out.
million.
That's how
A white
There are
man
worse
laughing and
things.
joking about a black woman's hair loss.
And also,
And I don't care what you
I'm
think
supposed to
about
feel
the black
bad for
woman.
Will Smith defending the honor of the woman who was fucking August Alsina. I mean, how? Can I ask about alopecia? Because I must admit, when I saw the thing on TV, then I go to the Vanity Fair party, great party, and then I didn't hear about it till then that she had, but you don't know she had alopecia. And I had heard this word, but it was vague in my mind what it was. So I went like, oh, well, that's a very different thing. And then I found out what it is, and I'm like, oh, no, it's not that different. I mean, if you are so lucky in life as to have that be your medical problem, just say thanks, God. It's not life-threatening. You know, it's part of, for most people, 80% of men, 50% of women, it's part of aging. Aging is, trust me, I know, it's the degradation of the flesh. It happens to all of us. And, you know, just put on a fucking wig like everybody else at the Oscars. Who would have guessed at the
Imagine a white man telling a black man to put on, a white man telling a black woman to put on an effing wig. Do y'all remember when George Floyd got lynched and it was coon Negroes coming forward and saying, oh, he wasn't a good guy, so why should we be advocating for him? And he wasn't a good guy, so he deserved it. And it was like, sweetie, the reason why you should not say that out loud is because no one's going to sit and stop and do a whole moral review of us before we're next. Okay, even if you don't agree with George Floyd and the type of man that he was, you do not publicly come forward and basically say that because he wasn't an upstanding guy, that he deserved what he got and we shouldn't speak on it because it'll be your ass next. What part of this do we not understand? Okay. The reason why, and y'all know I've made it very clear on how I felt about Jada. I've made it very clear on how I felt about the effect that she has on her family. But I also know that Will Smith is a grown man and no one is holding a gun to his head to be there. So I had to let that go. So what I had to realize was I'm not going to sit here and say that since Jada slept with someone else beside her husband, that she's the black woman that white men can comment on her hair. It's not going to work like that. That's a very dark rabbit hole and a very dark, slippery slope that we really just don't want to get into. Okay? It really be best for us to not even go there because we cannot leave it up to them on whether or not we are or are not deserving of their unwarranted colonizing opinion. Okay? I just want to make this clear. We have got to learn as a people how to stay on code. We must. Okay? The words that you use against your brother or sister will be the same words used against you when it is your turn. Okay? This is about more than a few of the other people being nice to you, doing a business deal with you, putting you in a certain position. This is about more than that because some of you have a few of them be nice to you and you want to just abolish the idea of a code for us as a people in totality. It is short-sighted, it is selfish, and most of all, it is unwise. I don't care what status you have, what money you have, how beautiful you are, how fine you are, how tall you are, how good looking you are. Any one of us at any time and any day can get it. We need to start doing like the others. And whether you feel right, wrong, or indifferent about an instance like this, keep it to yourself. Okay? Keep it to yourself. Don't throw each other under the bus. And I also want to let you all know it's not going to make the others accept you more. It's not going to make them look at you as less threatening and more safe. It's not going to work like that. They're still going to view you exactly the same. They're still going to treat you exactly the same. Nothing's going to change. So you all can really stop that. Going to them like, I was not violent. He was dead wrong. Don't worry. I would never do that. I heard Shannon Sharp talking about it. Like, shut up, Shannon Sharp. We know your track record. We know exactly why you're saying that. Just shut the hell up. Shannon Sharp sat there in front of Skip. I would play the clip, but they will for sure strike my video if I show them. Shannon Sharp got to be the worst one of all. At least Steve Harvey was on his morning show amongst other black people having this conversation. Shannon Sharp sat in front of Skip, half-dead Bayless, and threw Will under the bus. And see, when y'all sit with these folks and throw your own under the bus, when they don't do the same with theirs for us, you empower them. Okay? And you know what, Buttercup? I agree with you. You know, I don't think this is pessimistic. I think this is honestly realistic. Buttercup says not to be pessimistic, but I don't ever see us as a whole ever getting on code, maybe in another dimension. I agree. And situations like this make me realize this. Because, Miss Ashley, you're absolutely right. This combo is going over some folks' head. I mean, it's going so far over. Okay? It's going so far over that it's almost scary. All I will say is this. Everybody all off code in this situation, you have to be very careful when you speak on a black man and violence that he performs. When it comes to, you already know our stereotype is us of being brash and violence and threatening. So you all need to be extremely careful on how you are moving when you are speaking out about him and his violence. Mark my words. Y'all remember I said this today. All these black men throwing another black man under the bus. All these black women throwing another black man under the bus, talking about violence not the answer. That's totally unacceptable. He deserves what he gets. He's going to lose everything. Mark my words. Remember your big sister Six said it today. These white folks are going to use all of you Negroes off code throwing of him under the bus against you one day. Your time will come. Mark my words. Okay? Understand that. I'm going to put the link up here. If anybody wants to come share their thoughts, you are welcome to. I'm putting it in the chat now. Anybody, if you agree, disagree, you have something you want to add, I would love to chat with you. I'm going to try to pin this for you guys. Let me find this. Let me pin this. Yeah, if anybody has something they would like to add, I would love to have you come up and talk to me about it. Where is this? Let me pin that. It's at the top. Y'all can come speak to me if y'all would like to. Okay, here we go. How you doing today?
What's going on with you?
Where you from?
Man, you know I'm from that city, man, all day.
What city?
That big, pretty city. From Cleveland Avenue.
Huh?
I'm from Cleveland Avenue.
Oh, you from the A? I hear it. I couldn't quite place it. I stand folks that's country as hell. I love it.
Man, you know, hey, I just wanted to say this, right? I know you was busy. I put a few super chats in there, just try to touch base on the fact that all this was a plot. Cause I gotta always keep in mind that those two are actors. Mm-hmm. And this was a plot to throw us all into this little distraction. Cause you know, white supremacy got to always put something out there for us to bite. So this right here had got so much momentum behind it. Now you got all these off-code folk opening the door for them to kind of like switch and move and bait and switch with us. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I, like you were saying, had we not paid this no attention at all, had we not even spoke about it, they wouldn't have no ammunition. We got bigger fish to fry. They got reparations on the table they talking about out there in California. You know, they trying to get the money to the folks in Ukraine and all this old crap. They want them folks to come over here and they racist and they trying to tell us to be, you know, all this old stuff to throw distractions out there. We know that white supremacy, when it attacks on like 30 levels at one time. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to back us in a corner, right? You know what I mean? With all this propaganda, if we just stay focused, man, stay on code, continue to protect the house, gatekeep for each other, you know, be one first, black first, man. Like, I appreciate when I saw Off Code, I said, man, hold on, let me try to tap in, man, and talk to sis. Cause I've been following you for a minute. I spoke to you before on the Peef Network. You know, I was the one that fell out with the Peef. I mean, with Anton. I remember I checked.
Oh.
I
called him a Sambo. Was I on the panel?
Yeah. I called him a Sambo that day.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah. You were there. I told him he was a Sambo.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he was Off Code because he was talking about black people, black culture trash.
Black culture trash.
Yeah. He was like black culture trash.
I probably need to have Anton on and probably need to have a discussion with him. I'm interested to hear, you know, for me and him to have a dialogue, because I've never heard him say stuff like that.
Man, that man so Off Code. It might have been the episode after or something like that. I know I was rocking.
I don't think I was there. I think I would remember if that happened. But you got me inspired to now. I want to bring him on and talk to him and see.
Yeah, I was rocking with them at first, man. But when that dude said that, man, and then, you know, he's so Off Code. He was speaking about the wheel thing the other day. You know, I'm like, man, these cats, man, just don't know. All that is a propaganda. It's just an act. All that is, you know what I'm saying? Forgive all the noise in the background. I'm multitasking, you know what I'm saying? Working and talking to you at the same time. But yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. That what we got. Y'all the new black media, man. Oh yeah, this is a black media appreciation, man. So I appreciate you for doing what you're doing. Continue to bring enlightenment to the masses, to you and your followers. And I hope that you have an auspicious and prosperous journey.
Thank you, my brother. I'm trying to hold it down. You know, I'm one of the few FBA sisters that's doing this work. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult, but I feel like we need more sisters doing this work and having a voice. So I try to, instead of complaining that we need more sisters joining on black media and speaking up for us, I try to just be one of them. But I appreciate you showing me some love. I feel like that helped inspire other sisters to start, you know, putting in that work too. I appreciate you, my brother.
No doubt. No doubt. Much love, sister. I'm gonna stay tuned in, drop out the little live stream, but you keep up these conversations because they will need it.
All right, I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, Six? What's going on? I called a few times before.
You got something you want to add on the subject?
Absolutely. I'm glad you touched on this because it's definitely a lot of off cold fuck niggas that I don't co-sign, you know, but
oh shoot.
Well, you know, I'm serious about it. So I speak on how I feel and you know, I'm very unapologetic when I say so. So far as with the Will Smith and the Jada thing, once I saw all these different groups, I don't want to put it out there. I don't want to get the YouTube. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you get it. Yeah, once I saw all these different groups put their spin on it, man, listen, I check that shit in the door like, hey, y'all don't ever speak on our business. Because number one, y'all do a lot of fucked up shit in Hollywood. Y'all do a lot of fucked up shit everywhere. And what I be trying to tell some of these clown ass niggas and it's really a lot of these old niggas. It ain't really no young niggas because you know I'm finna be 30. So it ain't no young niggas or young brothers and sisters that's off cold. It's really a lot of these old niggas who want some acceptance. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, I don't want your acceptance. Yeah, I'll learn something from you, but I'm not looking for your acceptance, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is like Jim Carrey, Amy Sherman, all these different like
shut y'all ass up.
Like, don't ever. First of all, if it wasn't for us, y'all won't be where y'all at. Matter of fact, I just said this.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, listen, hold on.
It's black folks that put Jim Carrey on.
listen, I
And you
just
see
said
why
this.
we shouldn't
Listen,
do that?
now
Now
I
Jim
just
Carrey
called the.
talking.
Listen, I just called the Lapete Network. They just had a show last week, and I was giving out that history lesson. You know, I'll be up on that shit anyway because I really got up on you through Tariq Nasheed, to be 100 with you, through the Hidden Colors. I was reading his book while I was locked up some years ago. Then when I got on YouTube, I'm like, damn, this nigga, the shit that he's talking shit. So my people saying the same shit. So I said that first of all, American culture is black culture. We built every motherfucking thing. We had our hands on everything. Even though we don't get the credit, we got the acknowledgments. We have to stop looking for other people to cry to or other people to give out to tell us about our shit. No, we own it. And the problem is we so creative, especially black people in America. We the only group of motherfucking people on planet Earth has created, continue to be. We so creative that we give our culture away. If that could be a bad thing. So So when I hear people talking about, well, black culture, it's either one, two things. It's either, yeah, it's a sellout, or you don't understand your own history. That's why it's very important for you to understand your own power, understand your own. Man, listen, we create everything out of thin air. I was just at the casino yesterday, right? Playing poker with some other groups. And they was talking, and I was talking to an older brother about, you know, we was going through some of the hands and shit like that. And me and him was talking, and he was a real old school brother, like 70, 80 years old, still moving around doing this thing and everything. So he was like, man, he said, I remember back in the day, man, we used to have the number runner. We used to have the gambling house. He said, but you know, the casinos, they saw that black folks was making millions of dollars. And they did a documentary with the Bumpy Johnsons and shit like that, the Jones brothers. And I'm like, yeah, I say, that's actually true. I said, a lot of people don't know that. They think this shit is other culture. I said, no, that's really our culture. They just took our shit because we was making so much money on it. So it's the same way with the weed industry. They legalized the weed industry, giving the shit to the whites and the Asian, and all the niggas doing busload of time for it. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to understand, you know, if you understand your power and understand history, not only I study our history here, but I also study the enemy history too. And I hit them with their own history, and they do not like that. Like, because I'm not one of these type of dudes that's gonna say something because I'm not trying to fit in with you. I'm gonna learn from you to use it for my benefit, for me and my people, but just to hang out with you and water my words, no, I ain't that. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm in a wheelchair. So what, you know what I'm saying? So
and that's what we have to understand. We have to understand that we are in charge for demanding our own respect when it comes to certain things. Okay. Other groups decide what is and is not specifically cultural to them. We have to do the same thing. Other groups know how to protect each other by not throwing each other under the bus. We got to learn the same thing. We have to stop looking for permission from other people to do for ourselves and to love ourselves. There ain't no way around it. But I appreciate you for coming on, my brother. Thank you so much.
All right. Peace out.
Have a good one. How you doing, my brother?
Is that me, sister?
I'm sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
Oh, thank you. I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. You have something you would like to add to the subject?
Definitely. I've been checking out your podcast for a little while now. I appreciate the fact that sisters such as yourself cape for Black men like you do. You always speak positive on us. So just let me know that we're definitely moving in the right direction. And and you're beautiful. So, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Black people need to stop looking for validation from white people. These are the most violent people on the planet.
Thank you. Oh my God, my brother, please say that one more time.
That's right. They are the most violent people on this whole planet.
Thank you.
And we let them make a big deal.
On us. Thank you.
That's right. And we let them make a big deal because one brother go up and slap another brother in his face. Even if it was fake, they still don't have a right to speak on what go on in our race. And we ought to stop looking for that validation. I mean, and I just think it's time, and you're right. Not that this was a case that Jada needed no protection from Will, because it was a simple joke about something, but it is time. Black men have to realize we got to stand up and protect our women and children at all costs. We just let people do our women and children any kind of way,
Ooh, because
and we supposed to
sorry to
sit back
interrupt you,
and
my brother.
allow
Sorry
that?
to interrupt you, but let me ask you this. Do you think that Chris Rock would have had a white man with his bald white wife sitting next to him and made that same joke?
That's right.
Do you think he
No.
would have done that?
A black man would have went up there and went crazy if he had a white wife.
That's
that
true
would
too.
take that kind of nonsense, of course. But
That's true too.
say a white man with a black wife, I don't think he would have went up there and did. He probably would have just laughed, had a good time. It wasn't to me, it wasn't a joke that really garnished any kind of behavior like that from Will, because you didn't have to know she had suffered from alopecia, which I didn't. But comedians crack on everybody. They don't care if you're crippled, blind, crazy, whatever. They tell jokes about each other. So
Well, let me tell
know
you
that.
my opinion on that, my brother. I'm sorry. And I just kind of want us to have a little back and forth discourse here because I love what you're saying.
Right.
Let me say this, what I think about what you just said, because I really respect what you're saying, and what you just said was completely correct. Comedians should be able to joke about anything, no matter what, because that's their job. But I will say this. I've seen comedians joke about retardation, mental health issues, but when I see them joke about it, they joke about it in general. I don't see where they'll have a retarded person in the audience and specifically point at that person and make a retarded joke. Or you see what I'm saying? Like they'll joke about it, but for them to point, they'll point somebody in the audience and make fun of what they have on or their shoes or something like that. But comedians do not point at someone specifically in the audience with a medical condition and joke about them in front of everyone. You see what I'm saying? So I agree. Yes, they do joke about everything, but do they sit and point someone else out the way Chris pointed Jada out? No, they don't.
Right. I hear what you're saying there, but I wonder if he really knew that she was suffering from what she's suffering from. I don't know if he knew that or not. So, but again, for Will to react like he did, and even if he did, to me, Chris Rock is a grown man. So if one man walks up and slap another man, that man should defend himself. I don't think that we should have to defend Chris Rock, and I definitely don't think we should allow them to get away with thinking they'll just throw Will Smith under the bus, because their job is to destroy all black people, no matter what happens. So we can't fall privy to the games they play and let them now come and bring down another black man in Will Smith, because that's what they want to do. Slowly but surely, they bringing down all these black men. And let me close on this point, because it goes to what you're saying. I think it's time black people realize that in order for us to make it, those who think they made it because they sit high and they got this money, but we see they'll treat them just like they do any other black person. Until we realize that we have to keep and stay on code, like you say, with one another. We are 50 million black people in America. And some countries don't have 50 million black people in it. If we get on code and take care of ourselves, nobody will ever come against us again. And that's all we have to do. So thank you for your show. It's a beautiful show. I'm always going to listen to you. I was trying to send a chat to you, but I'm definitely going to send something to you, sister.
I appreciate you so much, my brother, and thank you for giving us some of your wisdom and your thoughts. I appreciate it so much.
All right. Have a nice day. Stay on code.
Thank you. Peace. Mr. Hatchet, how you doing?
6'6", doing wonderful. How you feeling, Quinn?
Good to see you. You got something you want to add on the subject?
I do.
I'm listening.
When I was around 19 or 20, I was working as a teacher's aide, and one of the ladies, a sister, she was a little bit out there, And then we were having a group meeting, and she was being somewhat reprimanded by the white people.
Mm-hmm.
And I interjected. And afterwards, I felt funny doing it. And afterwards, another lady said, "Hey, Andre, whenever white people are going after a black person, stay out of it." And I always live by that. Shut up.
Yes.
If they're wrong, either you stick up for them or you shut up. And she was wrong. She was wild. Just shut up.
Yes. Just shut up. Just like they do. They do it. They have their own commit monstrosities, and they just shut up. So we need to learn to do the same. Just be quiet, especially in front of them, because it gives them an open door to take it. Because with them, you give them an inch, they take a damn mile.
They're running with the damn thing.
So we cannot open that door to them, period. Especially when they do not bear the same level of consequence as we do. Our punishments by the system are 10 times worse than theirs. This is why we don't let them speak on it. We're not the same. That is a fact. That is a fact.
If the person is wrong and you think that they're wrong, that's cool, because we're not always going to agree on shit.
Mm-hmm.
But damn it, we don't got to make them look worse. We don't got to co-sign them in front of Whitey.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. This concept should be very easy to understand. Like I don't really understand why so many people just cannot. I think a lot of Black people cannot wrap their mind around not thinking or caring about those other people. I think that's what I think. Some Black people just feel like, but what about white folks' feelings? Like they are not capable of having their feelings be indifferent and irrelevant to them. I think a lot of them have been so indoctrinated, or they have white folks in their circle that they feel a responsibility to constantly be aware of keeping them comfortable and not hurting their feelings. That has to be what it is, because this is not hard to understand.
A good amount of our people are addicted to white people's comfort and their gratification.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
We want to make them feel as comfortable as possible at all times, rather than saying, you know what, Skip, you're talking about Skip and Shannon. You know what, Skip, these are two brothers. I have an opinion. I'm going to fall back from this one. I'm going to fall back.
Yeah, and you know who kept it G like that? Denzel Washington. TD Jakes had Denzel on his show, and Denzel did not say shit. Denzel was like, you know, the devil got in a hold of Will at the time. You know, we need to pray for him. We need to keep him strong. He did not say, oh, I can't believe he did that. He resorted to violence. Violence is not the answer. He didn't do any of that. He kept it G, kept it player. He was on a religious platform. That nigga was like, blame the devil. It was the devil.
Allow
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's keeping it on code. That's how it's supposed to go.
Allow white people to feel uncomfortable. You don't have to save their comfort. Let them handle their own. These are two brothers, no matter where you are, these are two Black brothers who are well respected in the community. 6, I'll turn 40 next week. I'm having a shindig. If you can come out, let me know.
Woo, big 40.
40.
Woo, big 40.
Yes, sister. It's going to be great.
All right, keep me posted.
All right, will do. Talk to you later.
All right, my brother. We'll take one more person, and then I got to go. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Six, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I would like to bring up, since we're talking about being on code, and this is going to be for the ladies particularly, do you think, recent blogs and stuff have come out that Jada has pretty much, came out and said that she didn't condone Will Smith getting up and, protecting her, that she doesn't necessarily need protection. And basically, just saying that Will Smith she didn't condone none of that. She recently came out and said that. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, do you think that she was on code? Do you think that she should have just played in so maybe Will Smith would have a chance of fighting whatever's going on right now? I feel like by her coming out and saying that, people are really looking at him like he crazy.
That's a really good point. I'm going to answer that in just a second. But first, can we just show some love to the brother Malevolent Elephant? Have y'all subscribed to the good brother Malevolent Elephant's channel? Because if you haven't, what are you doing? This man has millions of views. He has quality content. His content is so unique and addicting. I honestly do not know where and how he does it. If you see some of the stuff on Malevolent Elephant's channel, it literally is mind-blowing. I just literally sit there like, how do you do this? This man puts in work and does it all. And I appreciate you so much for the support, Curtis. Curtis is letting y'all know what it is. He says, chat, we're going to need y'all to drop something in the super chat. Rest assured, this stream will be demonetized. Some of y'all come through all the time and never donate. Hit the Cash App or super chat. Thanks, management. Facts. I was speaking about this the other day. I said, I don't know why people act like content creators are wrong for saying, hey, listen, if you watch cable, you got to pay for that monthly. You watch Netflix, you pay for that monthly. There's nothing good on TV. If you have black media, especially black men, black sisters, and you have us out here doing work, why, if y'all can give Netflix $20 a month, y'all can't put $5 a month, $10 a month, something in here? Some of y'all, you do. You be on here every stream and you never donate. I want y'all to know, when I do streams like this, I don't make anything off of this. YouTube is for sure going to demonetize this. You know, so it's not that we're begging or y'all want money. It's about reciprocity. If you're on here, you're learning something, you're entertained, show me some love back. And thank you so much, Curtis, for showing an example of that. Curtis putting some fire under y'all behind. Like, hold on, ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free over here. I ain't no cheap thrill. Okay, I feel you. Okay, Erica Badu, let them know I ain't no cheap thrill. Okay, y'all know I got churn, I got bills. Help me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, my brother. Mr. Jordan says contribution for today. Thank you. See, here we go. Here go to love. Thank you, sister. Sister Amber, she says supporting because Malevolent Elephant convicted me. He got everybody moving now. That Cash App need to be going off. Them super chats need to be going off. Malevolent Elephant don't put y'all on blast. Okay. He let y'all know. Thank you so much for the super chat. Steph says, thank you, Six. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, C Square. Y'all are the best. So my sister, I am so glad you said this, sister. Are you still there?
I'm still here, Six.
Okay. Thank you so much for your patience, girl. I'm trying to show everybody love that's showing me love back. Sister, I am so glad you said this. Because now we as women, hell yeah, we about to get on Jada. Okay. Now I will say this. I have grown to respect the element in Jada and Will's relationship to where I don't have any expectations for Jada. At the end of the day, Will is grown. For some reason, he decides to stay with this woman. That's on him. But sister, when I say you are absolutely 100% correct in what you just said, if your man takes an action in public, especially to defend you, I don't give a damn if he was dead ass wrong AF. I don't give a damn if you don't condone it, you don't agree with it. If you thought he was dead ass wrong, you don't ever get in the public eye and tell them, I don't agree or condone with the way he handled that. You don't ever do that. I agree 100%. Jada should have stood by him and been like, yup, he slapped you. I bet you won't say nothing to me again. Yup, he did what he had to do, period. That is absolutely what she should have done. But she has shown once again that she simply does not, I don't know if she's incapable, if she's missing a chromosome of how to support her man, period. I saw that too. I said, not you throwing him under the bus when he risked it all in your defense.
Absolutely.
It could be me. If that would have been my man defend me like that in front of everybody, maybe I would have woke up the next morning with lockjaw. And I damn sure would have been like, yep, I stand by him. He did what he had to do. Now, let's say if I disagree with what he did, I'm going to wait till we get home when no one can hear us and be like, hey, babe, listen, we got too much to lose. We cannot afford to have you acting like this and put us in a bad situation, babe. I thank you so much for loving me and defending me, but please, let's not do this anymore. Let's keep a level head. We can't afford to have you going to jail, losing your job. That is absolutely how that should have went.
I agree.
She did ass wrong. She did ass wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
She did wrong, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. She did wrong, the end. I couldn't believe she said that. At this point, I'm just doing a face palm like, Will, what is going on? I mean, we're following you, Will. You if you like it, we love it. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm lost. I don't get it. Jada 100% should have stuck by him. It should not have mattered whether she thought he was right or wrong. She should have spoke to him at home. She did wrong. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank
Ain't
you,
no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Thank you for bringing that up, sis. It needed to be said.
No problem. Thank you for having me on the show.
Have a good one, sis.
You too.
Yeah, sis just brought up a very good point, like Jada by. You know what I'm saying, girl? Who? Baby, one thing about me, couldn't be me. Baby, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm with you, baby. However, I'm on whatever you on. What you want to do, baby? I'm with the shits. Okay? Baby, my man, what you want to do? And whatever you with in front of other people, I'm rolling with you. Now, we get back home, I might be like, listen, you was tripping. Okay, that wasn't it, baby. But one thing as a woman, what you gonna do if you see your man about to do something where he could go to jail, get in trouble, you better step up and step in. Hey, baby, calm down. Hey, honey, let's not do this. Okay, because most of the time, you as his woman, you say something that's gonna help him to calm down. Like, hold on. Okay, but what woman just sits there and lets their man self-destruct like that? Who does that? You know what I'm saying? And if he does do something crazy like that, why would you sit in front of the same people he did this in front of and take their side? No, you take his side. And I spoke about this in my original video about Jada. I said the number one dangerous trait of Jada is that she causes the family to not have a united front. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Abracadabra Beauty. Boy, Malevolent Elephant got y'all stepping up. I appreciate y'all so much. Miss Phoenix said, yes, Goddess. New Black Media Appreciation Month. Period. Y'all need to show appreciation to our FBA sisters out here doing the work. Y'all don't be trying to show us no love. Like, yes, the brothers, we have so many brothers out here doing it and we love them. But us sisters are working too. We've been working for a long time. Okay, thank you so much, Toya, for the super chat. She says, I heard you love guac. Love you, SIXGOD, and thanks for what you do. Y'all know Malevolent Elephant helps support my guacamole at Chipotle, and we appreciate him so much. We have some cash apps here. I'm going to read these cash apps as well. Y'all are so dope. Thank you so much. Oh, Mr. Penn, he doesn't say anything. He just sent the cash app. And thank you so much for the cash app, Miss Jasmine. She says, appreciate what you do. I appreciate you too, sister. I hope we definitely understood the assignment in this stream. Okay. When it comes to our self-defense, quote unquote, violence that we exude as a people, we have got to make sure we stay on code and we are not perpetuating what they already feel about us, of us being violent or whatever. Because remember, one day it could be you that will need that grace, who will need that understanding. And none of you would want to have one decision you made, one bad decision you made, one bad call of judgment that you made cause you to lose everything, because it does not happen to them. They can do whatever they want, still hold their positions, their awards, their titles, and everything else. Let's stop opening the door for others to punish us to the max sentence. If you don't stay on code for your people, at least stay on code for yourself. Just like how they make the actions of one do not determine the actions of all, we need to do the same. I appreciate y'all so much. Please like the stream, subscribe to the channel, share the video, tell a friend to subscribe and join the Goddis Gang. Ladies, if you like today's makeup and hair look, go ahead and join my Patreon at patreon.com/SixTheGoddess. Link is in description. I love you all, and I will see you all on the next one.